thank you. People don't seem to, whatever. You'll all go watch somebody spin it, but 13. It's okay. Hi.
A few weeks back, we started talking about songs we wanted to play. This was one of the first songs that I said I wanted to do. You know, I started playing nightclubs, bars at about 14, 15 years old. And it was a song I used to always sing, and I didn't really know what the hell it meant. It was just a really cool song. And, you know, here we are, you know, now, I don't know, 20-something years later. And this song,
I wish I could have the technology to stream a video like others.
Of all time by any singer. It's a big one. It's called Turn a Page.
Because Canelo's gonna fight in September in my dream. I'm gonna raise money somehow to get there. But I pray they do it in Mexico where he's from. Because I told you, Canelo and Triple G, right? Way back when. I'm a seer. Yeah. Because I knew I wasn't meant to watch the Canelo fight. His eyes sparkle. That's why he's got to wear the hat. Because they glow. He's gorgeous. He's got wolf's eyes. And look at Bob Seger right beside him. Yeah, like it's like the old wolf teaching the young wolf. But I tell you, Bob Seger's a better dancer, and he's going, I wish I had my guitar, but I don't need it, you know? What? Spell what? Jason Aldean. What's it called? Turn the Page. He's got... Turn the Page, live Bob Seger with Jason. Because I've heard this guy before. The fight. Oh, sorry, just... The fight. Canelo Alvarez, okay? Remember? He fought this guy. I'm not going to talk about the fight. Because I tried to get my gamers to help me get the fight that night. Okay? And I didn't realize by the night, when I woke up the next morning to ask, okay, we getting the fight? It was over. And my warrior lost. So, and I was saying right before that, nobody wants to see anybody fucking fight except for Canelo and Triple G, right? Because I talked about how, remember? How you see Canelo has, and like there's the guy who's his father. He fought, bowed to Canelo, who is a Mexican fighter, saying, my son is a fighter, but you're the true warrior. And when a father of a son who's a warrior as well, who trained his own son, bows to Canelo, you know? And the three of them are of that bloodline, you know? So I knew I was never, ever supposed to watch and see, because I watched every fight. You people have no idea. I have watched this young man every fight. I watched him when he's training the preempts, running through the neighborhood, just like Rocky Balboa, but redheaded. And then you see all these other fighters running around with their, with their bling. Canelo's been the fighter who's had to fight gladiators wherever fighter has been given that, push, puff fight. You have no idea. Oh, yeah. Oh, fuck, if I was live. Don't make me cry. Because I'm a mother of a redhead that my son looks exactly like if he was a fighter, if my son trained like him. But I didn't want my son to be a fighter because I'm the fighter. I'm the one who's the boxer. I'm the one who broke my fingers fighting. That's why I broke my hand hitting females' fucking face masks with my bare hands. One day when I was the defenseman before I was a goalie. It's proven fact that the woman who I borrowed her glove, her name is Karen. That's all I'll say. But she gave me her glove, which was bigger than mine, for the next game, or when I came in, and I was so scared after having the fight with this person after protecting our goalie. Sat down as I'm holding my hand and I'm feeling my hand after fighting because I don't know why I didn't take the fucking face mask off first, but boof, boof, like this, take the mask off and then hammer her after I get kicked out of the game. Or I don't know if I got kicked out, but I had to go in the room as my hand swelled up. And I broke my knuckles. But I borrowed Karen's glove, went back out and played. I was a defense woman. I was Tiger Williams. That's why I love Tiger Williams. I always say Tiger Williams, and then I became a goalie. Because our goalie walked off the fucking ice one day. We aren't going to tell that story, but her father was the coach of our hockey team. Because she didn't want to play goalie anymore. But when you're forced to play something you didn't want to do, when she finally found out that I wanted to play, she had all the goalie equipment, but she was too little. So the Elks bought my goalie equipment because my mom was the coach of the Elkettes, and the boys were the Elks, and the girls and boys, like I told you, played against each other. And that's how after I got my goalie equipment, because I found out that other goalie mask where I would never wear a fucking mask like the Friday the 13th because you cannot see. You can see this, but you can't see down or this way, that way. You can only see it. You can't see your peripheral. So even driving that in a car is dangerous because so many goalies were hitting the side of the head with this or that, or one goalie. Well, Tony Esposito said he stopped wearing it because when it hit his face, it broke his jaw. So when I went into the Esposito school afterwards, because I said to him, how come when you first started you were like this? And 'Cause when you see him without his equipment, gorgeous. Like, just imagine Phil and Tony Esposito when I was 15, 16. Good Lord, love a duck. He's gorgeous Italian man, and nobody's to know I'm a girl, and all these fucking guys around. Like, I'm a girl, not allowed to check out the guys, even. That was worse torture. And have a helmet on, and nobody knows I'm a girl, and I have to talk like this, bada boom, bada bing. And then, so everybody kind of thinks, I think they all kind of thought I was connected with the bada boom, bada bing. You know? It's where I start thinking, good Lord, love a duck. No wonder. Well, because George Shanescu's, he was the radio operator guy, and I told you that story about the donut shop when the sun came, and don't you remember her? And the kid goes, no. Well, you thought you were gay. Like, if that isn't a fucking movie there, just there. But just imagine Tim Hortons, where you put the fucking donuts. 'Cause this is the end of my shift when this or comes in, because it's before 7 o'clock when all the cops are coming in with shift change. So you got all these cops that I kept telling I was in the Esposito fucking school that wouldn't believe me. So all of a sudden, and you think I'm out. Anybody remember George Janescu? 'Cause he went, and I went, yeah. He goes, huh. And then all of a sudden he took his coffee, and then all of a sudden he brings his little boy in, his son that thought he was in love with me but couldn't understand, because when I took my helmet off, he went, oh, good Lord, love a duck. Or, well, I don't know, because he had me sign his hockey stick. So I go on with my life, and all of a sudden, because I would dance in the showcase where the donuts are, because you have to wash that fucking thing out night long. So I figured, since I'm a comedian and all the drunks are coming out, because 11 to 7, the witching hours, because I saved kids from the cops being taken away because they were drunk. So, Betty Hans, I gave away coffee for free. I got them full of fucking coffee, and I gave away donuts because we were only going to throw them out, okay? So I'm confessing. Because I did save you from the Hobart mixer, because I think both of them passed away. Because, okay, just those two people there, because I was only there for 10 days. Okay? Holy fuck. Just working at each place. And never mind, remember, I don't eat lobsters. Because of the fucking story when I went to make my muffins at the water tower. Remember the movie? Oh, fuck. Venom! Remember the movie where he jumped in with the fucking lobsters and started eating them? Okay? No, don't go wait, Laurie, for this part. I'm a baker. Okay? I'm there. I leave my house at 4:30 to get work at 5. First thing we do, bakers, when you go to a hotel, that's what time we go to work, and we make your muffins and all your nutty bar, your breakfast thingies. But we have to go in the fridge. So just imagine years before, when they didn't have spaces for those things that have these things. See the ceiling, imagine it brown, and all of a sudden you open up your fridge door, and you have lobsters, some without a rubber band. This is why I won't eat them, because I have nightmares of lobsters coming at you with their claws They're fighting in all the fucking bear. It's like this. And I only worked there I don't know how long because I couldn't figure out how to use the phone. So just imagine me running around in the water tower into the security going, they're fucking loose. What do I do? And they're going, ah. They're loose. All the fucking lobsters are loose and they're running around the floor. I need my muffin mix. I'm not going in there. Get them out. And this is the start of my morning. 5 o'clock in the morning. And he had the nerve to come in to me later and say, turn the music down. And when everybody's sleeping and nobody can hear nothing in the kitchen. And then the other story about how I met him, Mr. Hillsinger, who owned the lobsters and the turkey and all that stuff. Mr. Hillsinger, I know you're out there watching. Hi! Remember me? Don't touch that turkey! And he had a nice buns because I didn't know who he was. He had a suit coat off, so you look at his buns. And I was trained. You are not kitchen help. Get your hands off that turkey. Turned around, looked at me, because he didn't hire me. His daughter did, right? What's the best machinery in the kitchen? Hobart mixer. So this is out to his daughter. Oh my God. Yeah. So he went out, come back. Then the other guy come out. He come back. And do you know who that was? No, yeah, no. His daughter did. Who had red hair. And I think her name was Kim. I'm kind of scared to say that because I think so. Holy fuck. And she looks kind of like that DW fucking picture because her hair was short like that. Because when she looked at me and said, and I said a Hobart mixture, she kind of thought that was cool, a mixer. But you know, when I went to work at the fucking hill, okay, at the ski hill, where all the kids go and party and stuff, got to go drive up the ski hill, okay? This is another place for the hill singers. When you get everybody and get everybody that we're pep rallies, we're gonna trust this one, that one, this one. They had all these nut bars go up on the stage, stand backwards, and say, and fall into if you're a rock star doing this, not a problem. The crowd is gonna save you because they don't want you to die. Because they want to see whatever you do next. I just met these fucking people. Because I think that's why. I just looked at his daughter and I went, are you fucking nuts? You want me to fall and land backwards and think all these people are gonna save me? And this is 7:30 at night. I said, I drove into town to find out you want me to drop into the hands of people I don't know. I looked at her and I said, you're out of your fucking mind. I said, I'm going home to bed because I gotta get up to be in here at 5 o'clock in the morning. I don't have time for this to see if I'm gonna trust this asshole to catch me. And that's exactly how I said it. But I only said it when I was younger. And that's why, because of what happened at the lobsters, he hired me at the ski hill. And I ain't going to tell you anything. Well, I told you the story about how my truck got beaten up and That's why I stay home. And then they wanted to fucking have me go up a fucking skis and swear. And then the fucking idiot son up there, one down. The father comes down as they're talking. Did they have cell phones? They probably had the older model cell phone. As the son at the top goes, "How's daddy?" And the son yells, "Oh my God, he just broke his leg." I looked at the two people. One's daughter was a cop. The other guy well, he had red hair. And there's another guy we had to help him, Jeffrey. Oh, I looked at these two fools that were trying to get me to go up skiing again because I did the whole Laverne and Shirley thing. I told that in the video. Didn't work out. My brother, that wasn't allowed to drink, had the wineskin, and the more he drank, the straighter he went down the hill. And the idea of plowing and plow, this is why I went to the fucking end of the hill. When I'm trying to plow, and a little kid comes by me and goes, zing, zing, zing. I went to the bottom of the hill and said no more. And that was when I first went to Search Mart before I worked there. So when I went back there to work, I said, "Do you know what happened to me the first time the Palma left? I didn't even get off the bunny hill. And when I get to go one ski off, run be right by the fucking the right off the fucking lift because I don't got no skis." So my sister's holding my skis. So when she gets off, she handed the skis to this guy. So just me and my poles running like a fucking caveman into a fucking snowbank as the guys that were in the shed went, "What the fuck was that that just went by the window?" As they picked me out of a snowbank because I was buried head first. Okay? Almost died unless they saved me. And now as I said, fixed in my life. I know how I got down the hill. You know those little safety things? I said, "You're not putting me in that. I want back of the snow machine because if you put me in that fucking thing, you know how they have gone so far. That fucker will let loose and I'll be, yay!" And you know my stories of working at Stokely Creek Lodge where it's cool when it's light out, but going in there fucking early again. And see, okay, let's see. Okay. See where, okay, where's my fingers? Okay. See where this light is? That's where the lodge is. Okay. I got, Dawn's teaching me this. Okay. And Bob and Lori. Where this finger is, okay, that's the lodge. Okay. Okay. I'm coming in with this finger, okay? And I'm supposed to be over here, right? All of a sudden I'm coming in. All of a sudden I go like this. And I'm over here, and the lodge is still over there. So that, what if I just, do I have to go down? I'll just walk this way. Or no, this way. I fell off a fucking mountain. Fuck. So just imagine what I look like the first time Phyllis sees me. Oh my God. Because it's cross country. Oh no, I wasn't. I hurted myself. Jesus. And then I told you about how I met Mike, the guy. Oh, good Lord, love a duck and his son. Just saying. Maybe that's why my kids are worried because I saw him naked because they told me to go to this door. And I went, well, they said there's the fucking place. It was like my mother's house was an old office. They said Go to the third red door. I did. Good Lord, love a duck. It was like seeing the. Honest to God, Jennifer, you're here because I think with your. He was that red because he was in the sauna. So, like, he's hot, right? So, when guys are hot, like, they're really loose, okay? And let's just say, Mike carried around at least 160-pound fucking husky. He had sled dogs, okay? So his dogs were fucking gorgeous, like his boys, right? My daughter out there, because she's going to remind me is his name. So I walk in there and the sauna that I thought was a fucking room to get the bread or something. All of a sudden, I see this guy. Well, he was a god to me. Like, first thing in them. All right, I can't remember that day because good or some. I don't know. I think those fucking idiots in the office set me up. Oh, Kimmy, go and get this because oh, naked Mike, naked. Good Lord, love a duck. Like, cause when you put all your three things there, Jennifer did, cause I'm the only one who could do all you, Jennifer. It was like three. It was like he was an amazing God, eh? Oh, and he was so relaxed. I went, "Good Lord, look a duck. What happens?" So I just, but I didn't look, but I did look. You know, it was like, ah! Oh my God! Turn around, ran up the stairs. Then I went into the kitchen, and those son of a bitches at the office, I think they knew because I could hear them giggling. I sat there in the chair going, "Oh, good Lord, love a duck." I had a coffee. I had like uh, they had a straight chocolate where I went in there, started spooning chocolate syrup, coming, going, good Lord, fucking what? Like what? Yeah, what did I walk into? So, so poor Mike, because this poor guy. No, wait, I'll finish it because I'm done. This poor guy. You know the snow machine guys, they have to wear red jackets because that means you're the same guy. So every time Mark or Mike and I would pass each other, his poor face would be as red as his coat. My poor face would be red too. And it was like we had blinker faces, eh? We'd both go red. And I'd giggle and I'd wink at him. Well, he'd be more red than me because he thought I really saw stuff. But I was so in shock. I think I saw everything but you know what? Because I went to a nudist colony with my well, it's a nudist resort. Ugh. Everybody's got no clothes. I was there and I was the only one with the clothes. Because I wasn't a member, I'd have to pay $25. One guy kept saying, well, let's just say we're boyfriend and girlfriend for the time you're here. I said, I'm married. No, no, no. So I wore clothes and I had my troops of kids that followed me around and rode their bikes, carried pails of water. Instead of doing balloons, they would attack me with buckets of water because I'd go, oh, thank Lord, love a duck, that feels so good. Because when you see nudie kids running around and people with the freedom of no clothes, and you see couples that, Lord, love a duck, there is this couple called Lurch, and this other lady she was a chubby munchkin lady. She just loved her belly, and the women who can flip up her boob and put her cigarettes under her boob, and the other one her lighter. Hey, hands are free, you know. But like the Adam and Eve era, you know, people say places like this, it's all sex. I never seen any of that, you know. I saw people riding in a canoe, doing kayaks and jogging, playing cards. Fuck, they played this fucking game one night when we went there to visit with my husband. You had to pay a loony for whatever. And my mom and dad went there too, and it's clothing optional. We kept our clothes on. But I had so much fun. Oh my goodness. Like these people kept me alive because I turned around from going somewhere where I don't think I would have lived. I would have been killed. I would have been murdered. And but by the grace of God, I can see this border guard, and he was a bear. And this goes out to you, sir. He turned me around to go into the United States of America and said, "Go home. Go home." It's like he had that spider sense, you know? Because I kept saying, I'm going to go and visit this girlfriend who needs help. And I kind of, because she was going to give me a place to stay where I was supposed to meet this. I'm not ashamed to say this. Because my kids knew of a man named Daryl who worked at an Air Force base that I wanted to meet him because he was a football star who talked to my son at the same time as my son was playing football, and he gave my son encouragement. And this man was African American. And he says, he worked at Garner's Air Force Base. The last time I heard about him, we didn't get to see when we were coming back after, because we had tried to work it out, and it just didn't work out with my husband there, and things just didn't work out. But the last time I spoke to Daryl, he had been at a family farm, and he was recovering from cancer, and somehow he got in contact with a bunch of, what do you call that? Something that lays eggs on you. And he didn't know, went home carrying whatever this is, and he woke up to being bitten from head to toe. And it was like they sucked his blood out. They sucked so much out that I did lose contact with him. But at the same time, the psycho messaged me that, you just get this icky feeling. And that was Colonel Russell Williams, who ran the base in Canada, who was convicted of murder, multiple murder. One of his own on the base, and went around dressing up with clothes, and that's when I stopped dealing, being a seller of BDSM leather items. That's why I won't be in contact with evil who people. I started to think, that's why I met the police officer where I helped in the Ken and Barbie case, because my family fears, because I'm saying this, that people are going to hurt me. No, it's just I know things, and these people wanted me or wanted whoever they were talking to, oh, leave your family, come to our house. You don't need nothing. We'll buy you whatever. Your family don't love you, blah, blah. And if I was that needy person and left, finding out later, after I talked to the police officer who moved down the road and I told him my story, he said, shit, yep, yeah, you were right. You didn't go. They did find out things after talking to this police officer because he also was a security working. But he agreed with me because I went to him and said, if anybody used my leather items and a crime was committed, would I be culpable in whatever happened? And he said, no, you weren't there because I was just learning to do what I did. It's like, why with like the BDS gear, I wanted some of the slaves, like if you go to the parties, to be beautiful, to sparkle. I didn't want all the chains, and I did a bunch of stuff that I sold, a bunch of belts. But I never made any money, and then I got scared with I didn't know I didn't want my energy of love to go in something that could murder somebody. I didn't want that on my conscience. But I will show you what my dad made if anybody was around when I was talking about the ball and chain that he would make for people that got married. This is what, how can I do this? No, I'll wait for tomorrow when I'm better, when I can show you. It's a ball and chain, handcuffs, a steel ball with a heart on the day we got married. His mother and father, he took like I said, a brass. And my grandma had such tiny little wrists. The handcuffs were made out of brass that he polished. Each link he made, each link to a ball and chain. You heard the linkage enough that wherever they walked around, they could walk and dance because Ukrainians dance together. But Baba's wrist cuff was just a little too tight, so she couldn't wear it. But she held the cuff in her hand to say, my son made this for me, as Guido wore his cuff. So that's what I say to come from the Holocaust cost. Because Daddy's gift was to each couple like us was the first day of your wedding because they were cuffed and locked and they did not have the keys. So at the start of the reception, the first gift every couple was given the box of the ball and chain. They were handcuffed. And I don't remember if it was the maid of honor or the best man held the keys, and they weren't uncuffed till they left. So if one had to go pee, male or female, you went together. So if she had to go pee, everybody had to go and clear the washroom because here comes the bride and the husband. Both have to pee. So, like old washrooms back then, it was just a stall and a sink, or maybe two stalls and a sink. So, She's peeing, he's peeing in the sink, 'cause might as well both do two for one. She's peeing, and this is how their first night of their wedding went through. And I hope to hell my dad and all these people that have handcuffs, because every wedding he went to, and I think it was the mother and father-in-law of each couple had the keys, because I think they let them do this to them. Because Cause could you imagine the bride and the groom chasing my poor your little Ukrainian daddy around going, "Give me the keys, I'm gonna fucking kill you, you little uke." Because that's what they called him. But he made so many of these ball and chains. I bet you the couples that were hooked up to the ball and chains are still together. Cause you heard my ball and chain, right? Oh, fucking Lord, love a duck. Maybe we should. Hey, anybody fucking takes that idea, somebody copyright it, strike it, and say it's mine. Because everybody has this technology that they're copyrighting, striking their bit. Okay, this is my shit, okay? You take it, any of my ideas, and make shit out of it. You're taking my ideas, my daddy's idea. Cuz I said it first before you do it. And somebody's gonna tell somebody, right, Cisco? I remember when Kimmy Monster said that fucking idea. And her dad was Ukrainian. And she's got a star called Mini Kimmy Monster. And she's kind of itchy. And if you fuck with her, right? You know? Yeah. That's scary shit. Yeah, jingle jingle. Maybe we should start doing those and selling those. Can you imagine everybody? Okay, who's a welder? I'll show you my daddy's design. Let's hey, let's make something like that and may raise body cams for the police. Yeah. Put people in handcuffs and raise body cams for the police. Let's do it. Hey, oh fuck. Good Lord, love a duck. Hey, my police officers, you know guys that can make balls and chains, right? Come here. I'm gonna get some money raised. Okay, come here, my little police officers. Hello. Kimmy Monster to the wolves. Hello, hello, hello. You don't have to wear stiletto heels. Okay? Okay. We won't do that to you. Maybe the girl cops, right, girls? The boys cops. Well, if you want to wear stiletto heels, okay. That'd be a good picture too. When your dad gets caught wearing stiletto heels and he's a cop. But I figured out something. We're gonna get somebody, because I timestamped this, and my husband's here to now witness it. Daddy's ball and chains, because I want to raise money for body cams. Let's get a welder to start, because we've time stamped it. I got 5 people listening in here because they like it when I say, "Good Lord, love it, dad." Get some kind of manufacturer to start doing daddy's idea, like ball and chain at the start of your wedding. You're hooked all night long. You gotta go pee together until you leave to go together. And the mother and the father-in-laws of each of the couples get to watch the two of them be chained together all night long. And they gotta pee together everywhere they. Yeah, he's smiling at me, going, because he didn't have to do that to me because I was pregnant. And they said, "Good Lord, love a duck. Kimmy's up here in the first place." So, where I had to sit at the bottom of the stairs of the come and go, I never got to drink. But when I had to come and go because I couldn't run up the stairs, I would run down Remember when I fell down the stairs and I used to play girls hockey? The hallway where I would practice my slap shot and all my other things. I would have to run down this hallway just like that. Just imagine me, okay? Pranky in my mom and dad's house. Run down the hallway, holding, going like in the bathroom, and all the girls came in to go pee. Get out of the way, pranky person! Go pee, come back, and then sit there. That was my wedding. Yep, come and go. And you heard about my brother working at H&X the next morning. Black Russians. Wasn't a good idea, because I walked up to us on the bus. Daddy said to... Because when I got back there, right? Daddy said to bring you these. He saw what was left in the 2 bottles, like about this much in each. I think it was a 26er and a 26er. So my little brother, wow, okay? And I couldn't drink nothing. But let's just say the fruit basket, I ate everything, okay? And I couldn't drink any of the champagne, but we popped it in the bathroom. We tried to do it sitting in the bathtub with my preggy belly on this end, him on the other, bubbles everywhere. Because I love when I go, I get a jacuzzi tub and bubbles. And so, we go back there, my brother sees the 2 bubble bottles. Well, he pukes around, like I said, the yard. And they had a German Shepherd. And I swear to God, the German Shepherd was chasing after my brother, going, "Yeah, fucking idiot, you're puking again." Oh, and it was like the dog would go run to his daddy and say, "Hey, he's puking again." And, you know, fucking Black Rush, after he puked enough that me seeing him puke, I never drank it. Because I'm not a Black Russian. I'm the Ukrainian doll, right? Because I have this, remember? Right? Right, Cisco? You're like, Cisco, you're writing my story there. You got a typewriter. Is that a typewriter, or is that you bringing me snackies? Or is that a barf bag? Can't tell. I remember I'm not going on a plane unless I'm allowed to bring duct tape. Because if anybody gets out of line, yeah, I'm gonna fucking duct. I'm the fastest duct taper a person in a fucking chair. Because I'm a secret weapon. Because once you duct tape somebody to a chair, because, right? Okay, if I'm Jen, you got a new, you change your pictures out of a party. Okay, this way. Okay. You know. Like, you don't have to, this would be my dream, okay? Because I know Diane Shipley would, she would make both her guys, Dawn and young Shipley, father and son Shipleys, okay? I want them tied to a chair, and Mr. Ballin too, okay? We tie them, duct tape them to a chair. We don't hurt them. We just go up to them and tickle torture them, okay? Because Mr. Ballin allowed himself to be duct taped by his wife. Go to the page where he does this thing, where he's trying to get free. I can do this. Great big Mr. Ballin. Yep. He couldn't get out. So I think after they turned off that camera, I think Mrs. Ball, I think this is why he doesn't like me. I think she tickle tortured him till he peed his pants. Yep. Because if I was his wife and kid, because remember, when my husband went to sleep, we painted his toenails and his fingernails. And remember, guys at a steel plant all shower together. And he worked nights, so he didn't wake up last. We were painting his toes and fingers. Oh, Bobby, Joe, and I, and we were doing it as trying to keep Drew to keep his shut his mouth as his little redhead that looked like Chucky. Hi, Bender. Yeah, this little kid that looked like Chucky as we're painting it. Now, pink, blue, purple, yellow. So, I don't know. They're all different colors. So, whatever colors of. We painted everything. And, like, he wakes up, goes to work. Come. He doesn't know. I don't know why he didn't know. Goes to look down as he's showering. Looks and sees all. Then he looks at his nails and goes, well, let's just say, I said it was the kids' ideas. I never took the blame. Wasn't me. Right? Bobby, Joe, and Drew? You said you wanted to do it. Or no? I never did it. But I was Ninja Turtle kicked in the back of the leg by Lower Head. And the next time he comes to my house, I'm going to nick Dickard. He's getting Ninja Turtle quick kicked. Just say. Hey, Pender, did I show you? Look at this Russian punch stuff. That's what. This is cool. Isn't that cute? Do a baby blankets like that. That's the finished side. This is the other side where you punch it in. Yeah. Could do a bunch of these. This one I can't finish because can't find my tool. But I found that. I found more stuff. So yeah. So I got a whole bunch of stuff stenciled that I'm going to redo. I did a lion. You probably remember the lion that they had for he was gorgeous. He was Leo the lion. I made, I put it in a picture frame and gave it away as like a baby gift, you know? Oh, and all you ladies, best thing to do for a baby gift, baby powder, all that kind of stuff, soap, washcloths, and if they're getting a couple gets married, spices, Worcestershire sauce, barbecue sauce, salt and pepper, fuck, even forks and knives, because sometimes these kids are kids spices. You know, if you get a group of women, like I said, invest in a good set of pots. You get one set of pots that'll 100, $200, but you get 20 people. You get a good set of pots that'll last you 25 years. I've got my set, our daughter got us, you know. You don't have to keep buying stuff. And as a group, when a group of people get together and buy the gift that everybody said they could never buy, that's the biggest gift. That's why I could see the Canelo fight. That's why I keep saying. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I found the hanger thing to start showing you too. Get some O-rings, like O-rings at your store. Yeah. So if you can get O-rings, get about, I think, wait, It's dirty. I really, okay, about that big, okay? Whatever you're going to hook it to, see? Because you're going to hook this to, and you can tie this, and then this is like, it's dirty, but see how I did it? And this is one with, oh, how did I, see, I got untwisted, but I did with, uh, wait, 2, 4, 6, 8. 8, I think. I'm not sure. But like when you go to your knotting, you can add a bead later or something that'll sparkle. And when you have your flowers, you'll see the hummingbirds will come to the sparkle that will draw them to your flowers. Which then, like this man that I know who passed away because he was my kisses and hug guy. Because every time he saw you, he would carry around, those Halloween candy kisses. And he would go up to everybody and they'd say, "What do you want? A kiss or a hug?" And this guy, his son, would take him in the station mall. He said, shit, it got to the point where I'd go, "Okay, Dad, I'll meet you down here," because he'd take hours. He was a flirt. Because then I found out why. It's like he's not allowed sugar stuff, but he fed the birds. And because his lady would come to get her hair done, and he would come in and have coffee with me. I won't name his name because they're a prominent family, and I love them. He'd say a kiss or a hug, and I would always look at him. Come, both! I want to kiss you, I want to hug you. And then he'd giggle, and he'd give me the kiss. And then he'd giggle. And that's one of the boys is that I made the collar for. And his dog went for a walk to go visit all his dog friends, came back without his collar. First day. Oh, no, it's a nice collar. But when COVID started, we all had to stay away. So I honestly don't know in my community who's alive or dead. And as Pendar was here that night when the plane went down, and it was where they found that plane. That's why I say where Candace, that hill. You aren't gonna that. It's because this place is called Old Woman's Bay. It was like they had so many search parties. Nobody. They were both dead, but you couldn't see. They said it was so close to where the road was, but the trees were so dense that even with the drones, they didn't see anything. The family had to do the search party to go in and do a ground search. And then they found, because that's where I heard like fucking, what do you call those? Like military planes flying over, looking. And like I said, that lady went on her snow machine just to test drive it. Went down a trail that she didn't tell anybody, and 3 hours later she was found dead, frozen, sitting there just like old. icicle. Boom, dead. Because of not telling where she was going and not dressing properly. So, yeah. You need to write down, Pendar, you need to write down when you disobeyed orders and you need to contact the guy you saved. Pendar, does anybody know? Okay, there's 8 people in here. If I don't get a like for every person who hears about Pendar's story, because she made this man come to safety. If she hadn't of Pendar, his bloodline would have been done. No future. Right? Right? My lovely lady? You won't tell your story loud enough. That's why you're my eagle. You won't toot your horn. Stop tooting everybody's. Tell your story. As soon as you tell your story, my Pendar, you will get your job will come to you. Your videos of you and your son, you know? See, that's your baby. Because right? Where were you? Tell everybody where you were and your man were on 9/11. Wasn't that the first time you guys met? Right? Wasn't it? Or the day before? At a conference. You need to write your book. You are an eagle. You and your man have your own story to tell. Right? Pendar, you have your book to write. You wanted me to write my book. Write your book, my love. This is why that dress is yours. No, write your book together of you guys coming together. His life, your life. You can do parallel chapters. You can do his story and your story, and then when you meet, your story. And then when you're babies, you know, it comes in as a tree. Then you meet. This is why I will tell you. This is why look up. It's called a Ukrainian wedding cake, okay? A Ukrainian is. This is a wedding cake I made, and it's made of bread. You start off with knots, and it's a certain way you make these knots. One's the mother, one's the father. Then there's the mother, then the father. Okay? So those are the first. You have to make this in a round pan. Those are the first dough, which is mommy, daddy, right? And then in the center, you have 2 little buns, okay? And that's the groom and the wife. So as it bakes, it's really weird. With the way the knotting's done, the two buttons they pop out, but it's all rings. And then you take and you make these little doves, and you can't eat them. So many people tried to eat the wedding cake, and you're not supposed to eat it. All of a sudden, you see these little dead doves all over. And I kept saying, and I even had a sign, "Don't eat it." But all you do is because you think of doves and birds, because of four getting together, you have two. Well, how many birds are those two gonna make? And when you always have a wedding, everybody meets somebody else, you know. So then about the outside of this bread after it's cooked, you glaze it and you make these little doves and you put them all over. And my dad had no idea until I walked in and with it, or when they walked in and he saw all these dead doves and he looks at me and I go, yeah, they tried to eat them. Nope, didn't go well. But my dad cried. That was their 50th anniversary. And I don't know if mommy still has the cake or because I preserved it to a point. It's like in the old times of Escoffier cookware where your breads that you ate your soup out of, you you had your stew because the baker in those times made your stew. You cut the bread out, you put your stew in there, and then you ate your bread, your bowl. Yeah. See, you need 3 years. You need to write your book for your son to have your story, your sons, you know? Like when I talk to one person, because Pendar, you have a story, my lovely, you know? You got to stop tooting somebody else's horn and toot your man and yours. Good Lord, love a duck. Yeah. You need every day, Pendar, okay? Like your videos. Like I need to do this in the open right now because I need to. You know, do you understand what I'm trying to say, Pendar? Because with me teaching you, by me saying, I am so open about my life, I am not ashamed to say I lived through evil that my kids will never know or anybody here because I did my 12 step with other than with the guys in jail. My sponsor doesn't know, my husband doesn't, but other than the male and the female police officer that I called to my house the second time to say what Mark and Cher did. Because I've worked too hard to allow somebody with me with no criminal record. And you seen my medals, Pendar. You saw my pictures, darling. You saw my wedding cakes. And you above anybody understands this. I wish you could publicize my pictures like some of the things I made. Don't show because I don't know how. Show some of my pictures of what I made, you know? Because this is why I always worked. I would love if you would do that for me because I don't know how, Pendar. I would love if you could post my wedding cakes. I would love if you could post my necklaces. I don't know how. Yeah, but you gotta teach me how to do that. Huh. See, my husband, honest to God, Pendar, I did something. Oh, where I made my lettering little, and I can't see. I went out there going, I don't know what I touched. I don't know what I did. He says, go into settings and do this. And talk to the thing. I talk to that fucking computer, and it fucking hates me. Yeah, font size. Fucking hates me. I said something, and it took me somewhere else, and I looked at my husband as I said, it fucking hates me. So this is why we've been fighting kind of all day long, because I hate my computer. My Apple one I had, I don't know, it was like it knew me. I know. And when I put myself online, it goes into a manic depressive mood where it's going, how do, what do I do? Start like a thumbnail if if she's upside down, it's got her fucking computers possessed. It ain't her, it's the computer. See, it's doing that. And why is there an orb right there? See? Right? Why is there? See? Okay. And there's something there. It's like, I'm telling you, it's my dad saying the round table of where all the warriors would sit around the round table. You know? All the bloodlines. Do you see that? Is it just me, Penta? And then there's another orb coming right there. And then there's a snake right there. Or it looks like an arrow, doesn't it? See it? It's like, and over here, the rainbow. See the rainbow? Because I think this is why my gamers are teaching me how to point. See the rainbow? Okay, wait. Okay, no, over here. Because there's some. It's like my computers. Or is it a starburst from there out to here? It's almost like something I saw in the sweat lodge in the sky. It was like a message. And then now it's a moon over here. Please, people, tell me you see it. Because I don't know what to do no more. Because I know Bob's son Adam sees what I see, and he's 12. And him and I connect. And, okay, where's the dust? See? Oh, fuck, don't do that. I'll turn me off. Okay? The dust. It's not dust. So. But it's like my computer is breathing. I can't explain it. But I'm grateful that you people are saying I see it. Almost looks like a turtle. Oh no. Maybe if I sit back. Or maybe it's me and 4 creators gotta get together, or I gotta get together with the creators and we gotta do the round table, or there's the rainbow. It's like, no, it's no touch screen. I can't do nothing like that. It's like I've always believed the rainbow was my chocolate rainbow of love, light, lesbians, gay people, be happy. Whatever religion, whatever creation, love, love, love. Sorry when I see a gorgeous African American. Well, nope, it's just the thing on the pewter thing right here. So I've always believed when I see a gorgeous black man, I'm sorry you gotta say it like that, I think of chocolate. Just like, and my husband knows this. Because those people saved me when I was living little. Maybe, Pendar, do you think, because I remember screaming, but I remember tasting chocolate. I wonder if they gave me a chocolate bar when I was screaming after what I saw. That's why when I think of these people that stripped my clothes off, they gave me chocolate. So when I see African American people, I think chocolate. Because nobody would ever talk to me about what happened. I don't know. Because my sister and my brother, I don't think they saw. I think they kept them away so they could never ever remember. And nobody would ever talk to me about it. Yes. So when I looked on you in the eyes, that's why I need you to put the live up in there. When I looked at you in the eyes, it was like, see, because if I didn't talk, that's why when I watched that video with Leonard Skinner and those older men, gorgeous African American men sitting on that bench. And I saw them sitting there. It was like an old gas station. They held me. They fed me chocolate, as I'm sure, because it was pails of water. That's why I think when I was around the kids at a nudist colony or a nudist resort, the kids throwing water on me. When I was so hot, it was so cleansing. Because nobody had any clothes on, I felt so safe. You can't hide a gun under a boob. Doesn't matter how big your boob is unless you're, you know. So I'm allowed to keep telling my story of my traumatic life. Because if I'm allowed to say by my Pendar putting my pieces together, If I can help me put my pieces together, maybe I can help you put yours together. And you write your book, we'll all write our books of how we survived our lives. Because so many people died when we couldn't go into their funerals. We couldn't gather as families because of COVID. How many people in India? How many? And you know how they honor their dead in India? The mass fires. So I say to everybody, because I believed in the Vikings, an honorable marriage, an honorable life, an honorable death. And to die on a barge on fire. I know it sounds crazy, but wow, you know, wow. That's what you call burial, a send off, And then as you put it out there, and the arrow shot to the barge, and it, like, you know, because why do I make clothing without a pattern that I can make to fit me and others that love the past? You know that dress is yours if you give me your fucking address, right? Do I gotta call you a bitch for anybody to say? you know, because at some point, like, you're gonna you're gonna paint something, something someday, and you're gonna say, "Oh, wouldn't that bitch in Snowball like that?" But like I'll call Lori, I called the bitch too, and all us bitches gotta stop being bitches and stop wanting wrenches because we're all powerful. Don't time out anybody. Because if you time out me, you're going to time out somebody that, or, that's why, like, when I said to you about the member thing, I can't pay $5. I'll never. That's why I like my channel. We're all the same color. That's why maybe I'm biased because I go into other channels and it's like a different class system. Because you got everybody learns. Don't put too many emojis in here because you'll make me throw up. So I don't watch too much now because I don't watch. I'll go in if everybody's gonna start fighting and nobody's gonna, like, I'm tired of standing up for Ernie Shell and like all these people, so I unsubbed. I ain't speaking up for anybody anymore. I'll tell my story. Show proof, please. Show proof, please. What do I gotta show proof of? See? I wish the glare would watch a few of my lives, you know. Who blocked? I don't know anymore. Because I had 700 people blocked and everybody's laughing. And, oh, she had me blocked. And yeah, I was scared of you guys. Imagine being that scared and blocking 700 people. And I've got 3 channels that gave me wrenches without me asking for safe harbor. That's why I was safe in Lizzie's channel. And I wasn't safe in, I have to say it, I wasn't safe in Benny's. Even with a wrench. I was told, don't talk like that. I wasn't allowed to have a mind. So I said, take his fucking wrench, Pendar. And then I saw what I saw. And I know he doesn't understand about those scales. If they go at Pendar, they are his sister's scales. They have Kali magic. Pendar, you have no idea. I am so scared if he gives them to somebody else when he openly gifted them, that if somebody touches them, just like the couple that, what is her name? I can never remember their name because they were together forever and she had the cursed items. If somebody touches those scales before me and has gifted them, and it's India. You think ugliness now? Pendar, I'm so sorry. But I foresaw a lot of things in my stories and me telling my life story. And I won't be blamed if anything happens to anybody who gets those scales when they know where they should be. But he offered them to me. He didn't make me happy. He made Lacey happy because she does not want him to have them. Because he put a candle in a balanced scale. You don't put a fire without putting something else in to even it out. He has put fire in the scales. They are cursed because he does not know how to use them. If anybody touches them after he's cursed them with fire and doesn't give them to me after he knows, that's all I gotta say, Pendar. I am not a witch, but he put it out there. No, I will not teach him how to cleanse them. No. He brought his karma. No, 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 no. I will not stand up for him when he will not stand up for me. Oh, we just feed her once in a while, right? Banjo night? I just water and feed her once in a while. I will not help him. Good evening, Snowball Nation. Right?